Wow. Managing resources is one of the key aspects for the project management. Welcome back to my session. Today we are on our fourth session and we're going to talk about managing resources. Yeah, managing skills, as I said earlier, that this is the key aspects of project, ensuring that all necessary assets are useful effectively to achieve the project goals. As we studied earlier, that for every project to be implemented, there must be goals that are expected to be achieved at the end of its implementation. When I say necessary assets, from the definition of managing resources, that is these are necessary. They are necessary assets. I mean, people, materials, time, finances. So, as an overview of effective resource management, starting with resource planning. So, under resource planning, we identify three key items. So, we identify resources, we also identify resource allocation, and also the tools that will be used. Starting from identifying resources, this is when we have to determine the type of quantity of resources required for each task. Let me say if you are to conduct a project, you should know after the work breakdown structure, you really know that at a specific task, if it's developing certain software, how many people out of my resources will be sufficient for this task to be completed as per the time frame that has been allocated. Also, for the resource allocation, as our second item under resource planning, we also have to assign these resources based on their availability and their capacity. If someone is capable of she or he has IT skills, it's better to put him under the tasks that are development and IT skills needed, instead of maybe taking it to procurement or maybe marketing. So we all know that under projects there's different sectors. We have procurement, we have communication, we have marketing, yes, as in resource mobilization, as we say. Yes, so once you allocate these resources properly, this will also help you to avoid risks like delays in accomplishment of such a project. So the third hand, we have tools. So there are several tools that help during our resource planning, like Microsoft Project. We have Gantt charts, we have softwares. There's so many tools. Those I've mentioned are just a few of them. So going to our second item on effective resource management, we have budget management. Apart from that, under budget management, we need to estimate costs. We have to monitor the spending and adjust as needed. As I clarify more, and under the item of budget management, normally when we are planning for a project, we do estimates. We have the actual spending. We normally estimate actual spending estimations. So we could maybe go over below the line that has been estimated. But at least we do have that the baseline on how we're going to do and how much money do we need for this project to be conducted. Then after the estimation of cost, yes, we assume that the budget has been approved. So we monitor the spending. So we know maybe if we are conducting a project and we know that on marketing we are going to use 2 million, and maybe for development time and for the development technical and development task we are going to need 5 million because of we need some softwares, we need to outsource something, we need to keep the team effective for it to be produced. So we need to monitor the spending. Otherwise, if you don't monitor the spendings, you find yourselves maybe you're over using the the amount that has been set aside or maybe underside, maybe you are under budgeting yourselves. So monitoring your spending, it's an essential thing. um, Another thing is adjust as needed. So if you're given 2 million and you're not limited, what I'm trying to say is you're not limited to the amount that has been set aside. So you should also adjust as needed, especially when you're using agile module. So the third one, will go to human resources. So for the human resources, we have also 3 items under it, that is team selection, capacity planning, and conflict resolution. So for the team selection, it will be very effective and very beneficial once these resources are based on their skills and experience. If you want to conduct a project, if you want to conduct a project, for it to be effective, it's best if you use use the team that already have experience, or maybe they have skills. So this will soften the way up when you're implementing your project. Then the capacity planning, you also have to ensure that the team members are all over banded. And for the conflict resolution, you have to resolve them promptly. There is no project. There are very few projects that are being conducted without finding some conflict out of it. Yeah, you must find some conflict. If it's with the management, then it's with the stakeholders, maybe, or it's with the team. So you really need to resolve these conflicts promptly, because otherwise there will be reasons for the delay of this project. So the fourth item, we have material resources. For the material resources, we have procurement planning, inventory management, and vendor management. For the for the procurement planning, also you have to know, maybe for this to for my project to be implemented, we need certain inventories, materials, maybe this software has to be designed, such items. And for the inventory management, we need to track the usage as well, avoid over striking or maybe shortages. You need to track the usage of these procured items that have been brought for your project to be implemented. Then lastly, vendor management. You have to select a good vendor who will not delay you in terms of supplying once you need items for conducting a project. And lastly, we have time management. So for the time management, we have scheduling, prioritization, and contingents. So these are, as I've just said, for schedule, you need to schedule your items. After this item, I'll go to this, after the next, and next, for you to be proper and work as per the plan. Also prioritization. There could be maybe you could have these items or this task may be planned, but you need at times, maybe there's some situations that do happen. Maybe you expected task B to come after task A, but there's certain reasons, maybe it could be the external or internal reasons that have made you need to change the task. You could find a task E coming before, right after task A. So prioritization is also key in terms of project management. So for the contingency, also we need to prepare for delays and foreseen issues. So these are the ones under time management. And lastly, we have stakeholder communication. So we need to keep our stakeholders, we need to keep our team members informed for the project to be successful. Okay, finalizing this and the managing resources. Lastly, we have continuous monitoring. So we need to, under our team members, we need to have our productivity measuring. So this could be our key performing indicators. You need to know who is working, who is not, who is trying his or her best to achieve and also conduct some regular resource revamp. So this will also enable you to your team members to have knowledge based on different skills. So when you also revamp, this will help you to have an effective project implementation. So as a recap, so we have seen the overview of effective resource management, or have as resource planning, budget management, human resources, material resources, time management, stakeholder communication, and continuous monitoring. So share with me your other if share with me what you know more, and what have you learned from my session. Also, I would love you to share with others who think that they will benefit out of this. Also, I'm eagerly waiting for your comments regarding what to improve and what to do more for this channel to be more effective. Thank you all, and see you in my next session.